You understand the slang, your junk, right?
No, you junk?
Yeah, no, your junk.
My junk.
Yeah, your junk. So
junk.
check your junk. It just sounds, to me, that's funny that the doctor's office would say, make sure to check your junk. It's like, it's still there. Hasn't moved. You understand what I'm saying now? So to leave the, she's clearly referring to email, but taken out of context, she's like, bro, check your junk. I still have it. Hasn't left me yet. Yeah, exactly.
It's gone. No.
Yeah, it's in her purse. Give it back. Give it back. We're just talking about junk, Christian. I mean, it's pretty obvious. What's up, El Fernandez?
What's going on?
So I just, that's... So when I get home, I have to make sure I check my junk. Or have Sue check my junk. Since she really looks at that, I'll have Sue check my junk. Is there any way possible I can still get the Alpine Type X speakers? Yeah, actually. I bet you we still have some in stock.
Yeah, no kidding.
I can almost guarantee you we still have some in stock. Give Paul a call. So, brand new in the box.
727-216-6170.
Oh, slow it down and say that again.
727. What is it? What's the number?
216.
216?
Yeah.
6170?
Yeah, saying it slow just totally screwed you up. But anyways, yeah, if you want some of those, I'm pretty sure Paul still has them. Hello from Norway.
Ooh, I want to go Norway.
What was I looking at today? I was looking at something today from Norway.
I was looking at a picture.
Yeah, I was looking at something from Norway, and it was clearly Norway.
Why?
Because it said hashtag something Norway. But
I
just don't remember what it was they were doing. What?
What are you looking?
I think it was somebody doing like stupid ski stuff.
Oh, wow.
Like a guy, yeah, it was, but either ways, it's on my list of places that I'd like to go.
Yeah.
Because
I just want to go to Tampa.
I want to go see Elsa's castle or Anna's castle. Which one is it? I don't know. Elsa? Yeah, I want to go see Elsa's castle. Isn't that Norway?
Yeah, just let it go, bro.
Just let it go? All right, let it go. Was audio advice in Tampa any good? Youthman from YouTube said he would spend hours there as a young adult just checking out speakers. Okay, so audio advice. There was a sound advice.
That was probably sound advice.
Sound advice in Tampa was really cool, but there was also a home audio place that was right there next to Busch Gardens, and the building's actually still there when you leave Busch Gardens.
Really?
It's owned by a guy named Lonnie, and they used to sell records and CDs along with Macintosh home and car.
Records and CDs?
Yeah, so they had a whole music thing in the back. Well, because they did home audio and car audio. And the kid that worked there, who's not a kid anymore, because they did a ton of Macintosh home, so when they started doing Macintosh cars, they used him as a consultant,
Very nice.
which was really cool. And that place was really cool because it was like a cave. It was straight out of the 80s, man. Like just 80s hardcore, like dark, woodsy.
All right.
Yeah, it was really neat. But Sound Advice was the opposite of that because it was well lit and they all had cars in there. And I remember the one in St. Pete, we'd skip school and go hang out there all day and drive the salesman crazy.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And listen to every single speaker
What
on
was
the
the last
transport.
one? US 19, cross street from the mall?
Yeah, it was Sound Advice.
Yeah.
Now it's Lazy Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to stop there and just...
Yeah, they had an apartment in that one, a home audio apartment that they built. So
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, upstairs.
Mike! What's up, peeps?
What's up?
What Dynaman is that? Okay, so we've had to train ourselves to say what sound treatment is that? And to answer your question, it is Stinger Ultimate Roadkill. Regardless of what brand you pick, you can do whatever you want. Morel makes some nice stuff now that we're gonna start playing with, hopefully at some point. But what we like to put on the door card itself is the foam, the butyl, the metal. So this has foam, metal, and butyl. Yeah, I got the order wrong, but I'm not making cookies here or brownies. But we like this stuff for the door card. It's heavier, it adds weight. It's got foam, so if it's pressed up against something, it does a nice job. But he likes putting this stuff on the door card. So, Is an 8-channel Marine kicker amp enough power for the KFC Exelon 6902s and 172 coaxials for GM Sierra? That's a good question. Is it enough power? The answer to the question would be yeah, it's enough power. Is it loud enough for what you're trying to do? That I don't know. Should be, but the only thing we've used that in... We used that in a SC430 once. Powered the whole system in that, which was good. That worked. I mean, technically, yeah, it should be plenty of power because, I mean, we put 50 watts on those from the 8205. Dude, get two 8205s. You know, that'd be cool. Yeah. 600 watts, you know, dual voice coil sub, 600 watts, 300 watts a piece, actually like 500 watts. Yeah. Bridge one of the 80. Oh, I'd get 282. I would do that. 280, 2.5. Anyways, 100%. They don't have the right crossovers though. The one cool thing about the kicker amplifier is that it does have a bandpass and a 10-time multiplier switch. So two pairs of channels have a 10-time multiplier switch, and 2 pairs of the channels have bandpasses. So that's one of the things
kicker?
Yeah, the kicker.
The Marine.
The Marine.
Yep.
The bigger Marine.
Yeah.
So it's the 8-channel. Have worked on new Honda Accord 12-inch. Oh, no. We do have a new Honda Accord, but it still has the regular small screen in it. It's, hey, we're working on a Honda Accord. What are the odds? Evening. What's up, Fro?
What's up?
What are you guys working on? Honda Accord. He's using a Stinger Ultimate. Yep. Thanks, Christian, coming through as always. Dean, you should get a 2-channel Macintosh tube amp. Oh, listen, you're not wrong. My wife wouldn't like that, but you're not wrong. One of my, I'm not going to say dream because it's not really a dream, but one of the things I've always wanted to own is a really nice, small 2-channel system that, you know, is like something like a tube amp with some left and right monitors that I can just, you know, stream to or whatever and just, you know, have some chillax.
Where?
Okay, 2 things.
Like.
One, no, it's not. So they both start with W. Where would I put it, and when would I use it? So the answer would be.
What is the third one?
No, that's just it. I have no time, and where would I put it? So I've compromised, and I just have a big Morale home stereo that I listen to my movies on. But I don't ever listen to my movies on because the girls are always watching the TV because I'm always working. So yeah, it's a charmed life for sure. And then when I do get to watch a movie, I end up listening to it with my Sony headphones on an airplane on my phone because it's too much of a pain in the ass to pull out the iPad, and I'm trying to fall asleep anyways. So if you see us on a plane, I'll be like this. I'll be like this with my head down. Fernando will be over in the corner curled up like a little kid in a giant lazy boy. Like literally, he can curl up in a seat on an airplane. He'll have his feet up. He'll be sitting cross-legged like, you know, Indian style. That's what we used to call it anyways. I don't know what the appropriate term now is, but just sleeping away. And I'll just be like looking at him going, what the frick, man? Like, little guy problems.
That's right.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Did you consult for component selection for U.S. non-locals? What? Do you consult for component selection for U.S. non-locals? Sure. Oh, you mean like help you pick out stuff? Sometimes. I mean, we do a lot of the times. Locals. Non-locals. Oh, no. Meaning us non-locals. Meaning like people in different states that want us to pick stuff for them. It's really, you know, like we were talking about that home stereo, having time to listen to that. That's really, will there be an NSX video? No.
They told you a consulting group, that would be great.
Yeah, no. The NSX was just in for a radio swap, and that's not anything we were going to film just because of the high stress level in dealing with the NSX. That was a numbered car. They're all numbered, but that was a specific numbered car. It was worth a lot of money, and it was in pretty decent shape.
Yeah, it was in good condition.
But it was very stressful to work on that car because it's like if you've ever done anything in an NSX, they don't take a radio very easily, and the dash is always broken, and yeah, it was just not. It was not fun. So
it was fun.
No, best 15 2K watts. I have no idea. Sundown or Sundown.
Yeah, Sundown.
2000 watts. Sundown will make something, because when it comes to big ass woofers, I know they have something, and it's a safe answer because they make nice stuff.
Yeah.
I know. We just no. The NSX was just not. Trust me, man. It was, dude. We were both sweating.
Sure. No kidding.
Yeah, with the 8-channel, I was thinking 50 watts to mid-range, 100 watts to mid-bass, and 50 watts to coaxials. I think it should work. No, that'll work. Yeah, no, that'll be fine. Yeah. No, bridge 2 channels? Yeah, make it a 6-channel? Totally cool. I love it. Definitely. Gotta fly first class. You'll never go back. Yeah, I mean, the reality is yes, I agree, but the amount of... No. I keep threatening the girls I'm going to buy for vacation, I'm going to upgrade to first class and just let them sit in the back.
Yeah.
And just to be a dick. And Haley's like, good luck with that.
She probably is going to take the first class and you're going to be like, bye, Dad.
Yeah, exactly. 2017 F-150 using the pack LP 21 harness. Can I use the fused 12 volt to power a key? No. You got to run no. You need to go to the battery with that. It still draws enough current to where you need to go to the battery. Was it a Type R or dude? You act like I know anything about NSXs. I don't. It was red.
It's a Type R.
It was red. It was had 2-tone seats. Was thinking bridging channels 3 and 4, 5 and 6 in the bass. Keep thinking that. It's a good thought to have. Dude, I need a haircut, like, so bad. Hi. Oh, I just waved to somebody. Sorry. Didn't mean to. She's like, why did you wave to me? I didn't. I was just scrolling up. Hey, guys. What are you up to? Funny you should ask. So, right now, Fernando is wrapping up some door treatment. This is our basic sound treatment that we're doing on this car. So this focuses on the area around the speaker while the energy is going to hit the speaker. So he's got this going on here. It's getting a set of Rockford T2 components because this guy, as Paul said, he's had Rockford in the past and he really liked them. So we're going to go with those. He did his basic, this is our basic sound treatment, focusing there again on the area around the speaker. We talked about this on the show the other day, concentrated on this area, and then there's some sound treatment behind this. Fast rings, made special brackets for the tweeters. Already have them both on. I could take the one off. You can take the one off on the other side. Had to cut the doors to fit the T2s in there because of the bigger magnet structure. This is some scrap plexiglass that the sign shop dropped off. We're going to cut this into pieces. Really excited about free acrylic. I put some foam. Oh, you can't see it. No, because I put sound treatment on the back of it. Anyways, we made a custom bracket to fit it in there. But then I like to put this foam on the back side of it to kill any resonance.
Oh, big word.
Big word of the day. Kill any resonance that might happen behind the tweeter or forced up from the mid-range. So I like to do that. I feel it helps a lot. Already got the dash apart. For this, we're going to make it a front stage upgrade. So we're replacing, we have a D5-1300 over there that's going to power this active. And then we're doing a P312 that's sitting right there and a Zen enclosure, 112. We disconnected the ANC module, which is this guy right here. This is the feed. This is going to go off to our LGDs and then an accessory wire to turn on the amplifier if we want it to. I haven't decided if I'm going to go DC offset or remote, but either way, I'll have it here. So we've already plugged the radio back into place. We put some capacitors on the rear speaker outputs because we are going to be putting new speakers back there. So I put some 99 farad capacitors on the rear, so they'll have some form of crossover for the 15 watts that's coming out of the radio. I was getting ready to start making the amplifier bracket for up underneath this passenger seat. I had a phone call that I had to be quiet on, so I couldn't do that. That's why I wired up the subwoofer. So that is next. I have the 1/4-inch ABS here on the saw. I'm gonna whack off. That sounded terrible, but nothing like sound deadening. Indeed, just wish I didn't need to spend $100 to make my still nice fireworks sound decent as compromise. Oh yeah, love the 90s. Yeah, I don't think there's enough sound treatment in the world to make those not rattle. Definitely, I think that's why we have sound treatment. How do you guys mount tweeters in a VW Passat in the factory dash location? I gotta be honest with you, when it comes to mounting tweeters, each car we kind of approach as a car or as a unique situation. I don't remember. And in there again, because we sell so many different types of tweeters, each tweeter gets mounted a little differently. So for example, like this Honda, we've got 6 different tweeters that we've put in here, and each one of them is a little bit different how they get installed. Like for this one, like the last one of these we did a month back, we did the Alpines. The Alpines, we make a ring that just snaps into place. The R's we make a little differently. It's a bracket that actually screws into place. Morel's different from that. So each car, each tweeter poses an interesting, how does it work? So gotta love free acrylic. Oh, I do. I just keep wondering why I keep grabbing the black stuff when like I have all this white, because I have like a drawer full of white because they keep dropping this stuff off, and it's like, yeah, and little brackets and stuff I can make out of white, and I have some SEM color dye so I can paint it black. But yeah, I just need to cut it down because it's taking up space. That's what he said. Yeah, right? Hey guys from Iowa, what's happening, man? How you doing? So what I was getting ready to do was tech flexing the power wire right now. Next I'm going to tech flex because there again I was on the phone, so I was just doing stuff to get it done quietly. So I was getting ready to do the ground, and then the phone call ended, and I was like, oh, we can go live. So a lot of people asked, you tech flex the whole wire? Yes, we tech flex the whole wire. Why would we not? We're trying to protect the whole thing, so, kind of makes sense.
You telling me you just don't put 6 inches?
I do not put 6 inches. I go the whole length.
That's interesting.
Did you guys recently work on a 96 Camaro? That must have been fun. No power tools. At best, I guess, brittle nightmare. Actually, we did. We worked on it last week, the Camaro, and no, there was no power tools. But what was kind of cool, so one of the things I did differently is because he did the front door speakers, which took forever. I don't know why those took forever, by the way, but you spent a lot of time on those front door speakers.
Oh, where?
On the Camaro. Because I did the radio, the rear speakers, and the time it took you to get the driver's door done. I don't remember why. Either way, doesn't matter. So in the rear, I used nut certs in the factory.
Camaro.
Yeah, the old school 90s, the old body style Gen 4 Camaro that we did. The crappy one. The hateful one.
I don't know.
Yeah, either way, I used nut certs for the rear speakers, which was really cool. Because I've never done that before. I've always just tried to get those little stupid things to line back up. I was like, oh, let's just try this. So, currently using a JL W012 at 4 ohm, and I want more output from a Key 500.1. Would I gain more output by getting a Kicker L7T12 at 1 ohm? Any SQ loss? No, I don't think so. I mean, you'll definitely get more gain. I don't know what SQ you're getting now out of a W0 with no power going to it. So, if you want more bass, obviously putting a lower ohm load speaker on there so you get the full amount of power to it. The L7T is a shallow mount. I don't know if the W0 is a shallow mount or not. Is it? Maybe. I'm assuming you're going from one shallow mount to the next. I'm not a JL guy. But yeah, it's a really nice woofer. And it has a lot of output. So go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Why not, right? Yeah? Yeah? Go to town?
Yeah, for sure.
Go to town. So one of the things we're doing in this that is a little bit different, because we are going to go full active on this, and also, even if we weren't, we always mount the crossovers in the glove box area because there's a lot of room behind that. This is one of the easiest cars to run wires in, so instead of dealing with the clip, and we said, screw it. And Fernando's just running a mid-range and a tweeter wire over. So those will just go over into this area here, and then he'll do the same with that, and then I'll run my wires up. Yeah. And so the wire that you saw in the glove box, that's coming down to the amplifier, up from the amplifier to it, actually. And then I'll have my 2 speaker wires there. The rears, we don't have to do anything on it, then pull those out, put new ones in. But there again, that means that we don't have to cut any wiring in this car at all. Everything is just going to plug into place. Have you sound deadened a hood for a car yet, or exhaust, head shield, any benefit? Have we done it? Yeah. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, so yeah. Because the roadkill stuff, they used to make a piece for underneath the hood, but I don't think it was for dampening sound. I think it was more just for insulation, noise maybe. Yeah. I don't know. The thing is, you can't use the butyl underneath the hood. It just has to be the pad. So be careful with that. But yeah, because remember, butyl does not like heat. What 12 would you pair with the Key 500 then? I already had the JL for years ago. Going to F-150. Oh, no. Trust me, in the F-150, we do that all the time. Like, most of the time, if we're doing a Key 501, it's either like 2 comp RTs, 1 L7T in the kicker pre-made box. The L7T in the pre-made enclosure fits underneath that seat. We do that all the time. So there again, when someone uses the term sound quality, it's so subjective. Meaning, I don't know what you consider sound quality, what I consider sound quality. I don't know where that lies. But if you want a great...
Brian Mitchell, what he considers sound quality.
Yeah, Brian Mitchell's on a whole nother level. Like, I was like, hey man, check out the way that... So I said, dude, this
subwoofer.
The subwoofer that we have in the back of Haley's car, because we were driving around in Orlando for Knowledge Fest, and he was in the front seat, or the back seat, and we played the... Which one is that?
No idea.
Diamond? We played the Diamond sub that's in there. And that thing puts out, man. That thing puts out a... Like, I was listening to it the other day, I was like, God... It's impressive. Now it's broken in, it's even louder. And he's like, yeah, it puts out a lot of volume, but, sound quality. And I was like, whoa, slow down, killer, because that term is different to him than it is to me. So
to everyone.
So, is it more bass? It sounds good? Yes. So.
What is your reference for sound quality?
Knowing your gents are mechanic, how often do you get requests for alternator upgrades installs? Do you recommend one? Down the strip might be annoying, I guess. Power output keeps getting higher. Years ago, that used to be something, like when I was at the previous employer, I changed out 2 alternators, and from that moment on, I was like, I'm never doing this again. There's plenty of mechanics in this area that we know that are more than have the tools to do it and the willingness to do it. We don't get a lot of that in our part of the woods, mainly because we don't build systems that are so big that they need an alternator upgrade. Most of the stuff we're building is efficient, high-end systems that don't require, 350 amps of current draw. However, if you are going to do that, then I do strongly recommend looking into an alternator of some kind. So, looking for a 10-inch sub with high sensitivity. Any recommendations? Rockford P2. Rockford P2. That's our go-to. Low power amplifier, high output, Rockford P2. We got we'll put a set of those on the 802.5, which is a little Kenwood 5 channel. It's wonderful amount of power. They just get up and dance. Looking for a female with low sensitivity. Any recommendations? Man, you find one, you let me know. God, I keep hitting the waving thing. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to be waving at you. It's right in the place where my thumb is going. But no, Rockford, that's kind of what they're made for. I went full active on my Toyota Venza. With all new wires yet, I still hear the door chime. Where is it coming from? The radio. So, did you replace the radio, or do you still have the factory radio? So, that obviously, if you still have the factory radio, it'd be coming from the factory radio. If you did replace the factory radio, it's probably not coming from the speaker. It'd be coming from the dash. Some cars still have chime modules. Like on an F-150, if you don't properly load the F-150 down, you'll actually hear the chime come out of the dash, and then you'll hear it come out of the speakers. It's really quite annoying. But the speaker sounds way better than the dash. No, it was okay. Check remarks. Okay. Thanks, Dean. And no, my old ears couldn't handle 350 amps of current and power anymore. Yeah. No doubt. The thing is now you can get into a lot of these amplifiers that are small. Like we're talking a lot here about Kicker Key products. Kicker Key is super efficient. A lot of the Kicker Key amplifiers use boost power supplies, which means if the power goes down, they draw less power. There's advantages and disadvantages of that, and they'll tell you all of those. You can get into like on the higher end side, you can get like a Blackbird from Arc. You can get into the Forza from Audison, Helix products, even the Moscone products. As big as the Moscone's amps are, the Moscone Pros, they still don't draw a ton of power. I mean, if you look at this, so like for example, like this is the Moscone 830. This thing is probably the most badass 8-channel DSP amplifier on the planet right now, and it's got a 150 amp fuse. So it's not drawing that, but that's the fuse that it has. So like this thing is just this killer. We have this amplifier along with 2 Alpine monoblocks in a CHR Toyota, flawlessly just killing it. No battery, no nothing, and it's amazing. This is 610. This has 6 to 10 DSP AB. So this is an AB. This is also AB. So we're talking AB stuff here, not digital, not like that, or those. These are the X2s, 80 amps current. And then if you look at the Pico stuff from Moscone, like the fuse rating on that is magical. It's straight up magical. Did you see the fuses on that stuff on the Pico? Like the 750.1 had like a 20 amp fuse in it. I was like, no, and then I heard it and I go, oh, okay. They belong to the Harry Potter fan club, for sure. So like here's 2 Class Ds. I honestly don't even know the power on these. I can assume it's a lot though. This is probably, so that's 80. No, that's 70. 60. This is 60. This is 100 by 4, I think, and this has got to be 1,000. And then it's got 90. So this has to be 1,000, 1,100 watts. So like this system would be a normal system for somebody, and it would still this would be fine. Because remember, it's not always balls to the wall all day long. Always balls to the wall. What low pass settings would you set on a subwoofer added to a stock system? So stock system adds obviously a twist to it. That one's going to draw a lot of current. These 2, yeah. So the problem you run into with like a stock system is without an RTA to see where the system is rolling off the base, it's hard to work with it. So for example, like if you have like a Honda Accord, like this Accord, we're doing a DSP. One of the reasons why we're doing a PSP is specifically for the low pass output. This has like a 80 hertz high pass filter on the output of the speakers, so it doesn't produce low bass. So if I set without equalization, if I set my crossover at 80 hertz, I get no bass. I need like 1,000 watts to get like 300 watts of bass out of it. It's ridiculous. But with a DSP, I can go back in and I can fix that because I can boost. Ooh, scary word, but if the sound's not there, you gotta do something. So that's like when you look at like a Key 501, it has de-equalization built into it, so it'll fix stuff like that, as well as like a key lock will fix something like that, as well as just going with something with the DSP. You can fix stuff like that. So 80 hertz is still a really good place to look, but you have to know what the signal is and whether or not you can fix it or not. Because like if there's no sound there, then you got to let it go up a little higher. That's epicenter style. No head unit and all. No, this one is keeping the factory radio. They don't make a head unit for this yet. No dash kits. If I put Morel Maximo Ultras on my F-150 without an amp, would I be wasting money? I mean, whether it's Morel or somebody else, it's not necessarily a waste of money. It might be a kick in the balls as far as expectation goes. So, You know, a lot of people when they buy new speakers, especially something as nice as that, they're expecting something out of it. And if your expectation isn't in line with what you get, then they're crap, right? That's what we all say. Oh man, that sucked. Did it though? You didn't give it a fighting chance. So will it sound better? It might. Probably will. Will you get what you want out of it? I don't know. I don't know what your expectations are. So that's where that always gets screwed up, is the expectation. The Nighthawk is coming. The Nighthawk is coming. It's actually in Brian's car right now. He's been testing it. When he was in Orlando for Knowledge Fest, Fernando and Brian built at...
Bracket.
No, where were we at?
Techno Express?
Techno Express, thank you. We were at Techno Express in Orlando, and Brian and Fernando were building the bracket for it to go in the center console. So, don't start choking again. Just take the win, man. You held his hand.
I hold the light.
You did it. You did it. You held the light. So that's the two of you working together.
Yeah.
How much bang for a buck should I expect for sound deadening front doors? Expectations are a beautiful thing. We just covered that. The thing is if you're a BMW guy, if it's a BMW, I would probably spend more time dealing with the subwoofer underneath the seat and less time dealing with the little 4-inch in the door. The 4-inch isn't going to move a lot of air. Okay, it's not going to move a lot of air. So the likelihood of you getting rattle is pretty thin. However, where you're going to get the rattle is in the door card itself, not the door pan, not like the metal part. That's probably okay, but where the little driver is pounding into, that might suck. As well as up underneath the seat, that little cavity that the factory sub sits in, it's probably worth spending some time adding some sound treatment to that, because it's usually just the metal underneath the car and some plastic. So I'd put effort there. And then little pieces on the seat, like the plastics on the seat, spend time trying to keep that from rattling. But yeah, I think the door panel is the biggest problem in a BMW. As far as expectations go, man, I don't know. I mean, I can't really... It's one of those things that we just do because we know if we don't, it's going to suck. What's the Nighthawk? So you have the Blackbird, which is their 8-channel DSP amplifier, and then they're building a complementary amp, which is the Nighthawk. Do you remember what the power rating is on the Nighthawk? Is it a 2-channel or a 4-channel? I don't remember what it is, but it's a complementary amp, so you can use the output DSP channels on the Blackhawk to power more. So like right now he has the Nighthawk powering his subwoofers, so you get more power. So same footprint, same looking amplifier, just more power. Honestly, I don't remember if it's a 2-channel or it's a 4-channel. We can ask Brian tomorrow. I'll let you know. Ask me again tomorrow. Okay, ask me again Friday, because I'll have to. Yeah, either way. Brian will be on the show next week because we're going to be in Indy together for Knowledge Fest. So that'd be a great question to ask Brian.
Yeah.
So we'll get Brian on the show and we can ask him all kinds of fun art questions.
All the secrets.
What's up, man? Hello from Belarus. That sounds like a fun place to go.
Where?
Belarus.
It's a restaurant?
No, it's not a restaurant.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. I mean, there might be one. I mean, we have Bogota.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's Cuban food. Go figure.
Actually, in Colombia.
Yeah, I know. It's cute. Yeah. Anyways, I have a ported box, but it's a little bit too small for my sub as far as airspace. I want to put in some polyfill, but I don't know how much. How would you know? All right, so there's always some, like, everyone's always got some convolute, like, hey, do this. Like Jeff, we had Jeff on the show. Smith, we talked to him about how much polyfill he put in. I'll say this, instead of probably what you want, not necessarily what you probably want instead of like polyfill, like the cotton stuff, is you want the batting, which is the sheets. Like Kicker, for example, their boxes are always just a tad too small. Just because they're going in a car and they're going to take up space. So they put batting, the actual sheets, all around the inside of the box, all around the port. And that seems to work really well. So I would probably recommend trying that as opposed to just like grabbing a bunch of polyfill and jamming it in the box, because that doesn't restrict any of the air movement as far as from the subwoofer out of the port. Whereas like if you just put a big clump, a big pillow in there, it may. So I have the processor for the Blackbird, the PS850. I'm very intrigued by the Blackbird. Again, like I said, we'll have Brian on next week. I have a Blackbird here somewhere. Fernando moved it. I don't know where it went. But we'll have him on the show next week, and we could talk all about Blackbird and Nighthawk or Blackhawk or whatever the heck it's called. I think it's Nightwing. I don't know. It's named after Batman, the Batman character. So the Blackbird was named after the SR-71, and this one I think is named after what Robin became, because you had Batman and Robin, and Robin left Batman and became his oath. I think that's who it's named. I think that's why they call it, I don't know. We'll ask him all about that craziness, because it just gets to be so much.
DC now?
What's that?
What are we doing now?
We're doing DC. Yeah, old school ratio or OS ratio is 1 pound per cubic foot. There you go. So like I said, everyone's got like, try this, do that. Yeah, not really what I try to do or get involved in. So, hey guys, listen, it is 6:15 our time, which means we're out of here in like 10 minutes. We got some, finishing up we need to do. That's today. That's the show. It's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday, yes.
Oh God, today is Wednesday. So,
Tomorrow, what are you doing?
what's the difference between a crossover built into an amplifier versus an external crossover like audio control? Usually more control. I mean, if you have a 12 dB electronic Butterworth crossover, technically they should be doing the same thing. There might be subtle differences just because of the chips and circuits, but when you're calling it a 12 dB Butterworth or a Linkwix 24, they should all act the same. So sometimes what you run into, like on an amplifier, you're guessing. And like a DSP processor, you're actually typing in the numbers, so it's exact. That's all we got. Hey guys, listen, it's Wednesday. Have a great rest of your day. Have a safe night. We'll talk to you soon. Fernando.
Bye, guys.
Bye. What? All right, what is the game?
The game is you have to try and flip it
Yeah?
to slide, and then you have to try and land.
Okay.
Double land.
Double land.
No?
Yeah, that would be landed in the table, and then...
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't do it.
My dad can.
Well, I didn't say can Fernando do it. I said you can't do it. That's all I'm concerned with.
Oh! Bro, that was good.
Oh, wow. Oh, look, did you see that cocky little strut he did there? Wow. Yeah, go ahead, man. Come on. Yeah, don't look at me. Oh, well, am I getting in your head? Am I getting in your head? Is that what it is? Am I getting in your head? You're like, oh, yeah, look at me. I'm so cool, and then I'm not so cool? Is that what it is? Come on, man. Come on. Let's see. Let's show us what you got. Oh, a little hot. I don't know, man. You know why? You know why you can't get it?
Why?
You know why?
Why?
'Cause you suck! Come on, man. Come on, stud. Let's see what you got. Slide it. Ooh, that wasn't even close. That was like so far. That was like Georgia far. All right, come on, there. Oh, bro. Listen.
Dad can't even.
No. There ain't no excuse for that. Like, he sucks. That's all right. Yeah, see? Man.
What are you talking about? I was landed like crazy. As soon as you put the camera, it's over.
Ah, see, you suck. See, here, here. Look,
All right.
Fernando's going to throw it. Oh, look at it go. Sliding across the table. Boom! Lands perfect. Yeah, you can't even do it.
That's fake.
That was totally real. I can tell from the camera. It's so sad. Does the tuning of the box have to do with the type of music you listen to in order to sound good? I believe it's probably
50-50?
No, I mean, you know, for example, like you wouldn't want a box that's tuned to 20 hertz if you listen to like 80s and 90s rock music. So 35, 32, 35 hertz seems to be...
What is, like, for example, when you build a box,
Yeah.
I know it has to be specific for the subwoofer, but what will be the standard? Boom.
Well, I mean, you know, I feel like you'd want to look at like what the frequency response is of the design.
Yeah, that's what
why.
I'm saying. Yeah.
So I mean, you need
But-
to.
Like, normally, like, you know what? You'd be good if you do tune it, I don't know, 35, 32 hertz, whatever.
I mean, that's what most people say they want is 35, 32 hertz, somewhere in that range. I'm not going to sit here and claim to be like the box guru, box whisperer, so to speak. I used to, when I build boxes, I try to tune them from between 32 to 35 hertz. That was always my go-to.
32, 35.
Somewhere between there, because you're always, you always just got to get close.
I always do it for like 220, 221.
Yeah, 220, 221 for sure. There again, so we're going to be in Indy next week with Brian.
This Thursday.
And a couple other goofballs.
Coming up, yeah.
So these are great questions that we should try to remember and ask,
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Who is the builder over there?
Yeah, they're all builders. Install Bay Olympics. Exactly. But this guy, look at him go. Ooh! Oh!
You are...
Hey, you know what? You still suck! Look at it's perfect. Look, it's perfect. And then still perfect. Nope, not even close. 32. Yeah, so like we said.
My dad doesn't even do it.
Dude, we ain't worried about him.
Bro.
For home audio, some do 24, tune 20. Yeah. Well, yeah, but I feel like home audio, most of the time, like if you have a sub for home audio, like in my world, I have 3 8-inch woofers along with the 2 12-inch subwoofers in the corners. So like if I turn my subwoofers off, I still have plenty of bass, and they're in band passes, so they are tuned to the floor, literally tuned to the floor. So all they do is sit there and go and rumble.
Band passes, huh?
Yeah. Well, because I don't need a wide frequency response. I have 3 8-inch woofers that can handle all that upper bass frequencies that I need from them. So I just need them to play the ultra low. There's the fire trucks. The ultra low sound. Mm-hmm. Whereas in a car, we are asking them to play a much higher frequency response.
Bro!
Unless
It was about to land.
that was perfect. Yeah, Fernando just totally. Yeah, look, he cheated. Cheater. Total cheater. Jeez.
I know it's not gonna
But yeah, in a car, so like I know in Brian's dream car, we'll just call it that because at some point he'll finish it. He's gonna
Which
have
one?
the dream electric car
Oh.
that's just sitting there, kind of not even halfway done.
Yeah.
He's gonna have
62-inch TV.
Yeah, he's got 4 15s in it, and it's got 2 15s in the front, 2 15s in the back. So the front ones will be for imaging and the sound, and the ones in the back are just going to play ultra low rumble sound.
Rumble.
Rumble. Right, and like all the guys that do like glove box subwoofers. Like all the guys with the glove box subwoofers at Emma had, an 8 or a 10 in the glove box, and then they had a bigger sub rumbling in the back of the car that's just playing ultra low, just finishing it off, because the lower it's playing, the more non-directional it will be.
So what I was thinking is if you do one upfront bass, I'm just going to put the bass in the center channel.
I was just going to turn around. I'll just sit facing the back, and I got all the upfront bass I want. Where do you get the green, purple RCA wires? So what you're talking about is these here, and these are all custom-made RCAs for this display, and what these RCAs are covered in is over here. This is paracord. So you have different color paracords. I bought like a variety thing off Amazon for like $20. And so what you have to do, we'll go over here to my arts and crafts drawer. Oh, wait, where's my arts and crafts drawer? Hold on. No, it's here it is, the arts and crafts drawer. So you have to pull the paracord always has like a center winding in it, like this stuff here. So you pull this stuff out, and then you have to carefully heat the end so that it kind of looks like this or this, and then you run the wire through it. Like right now, I think there's a wire through this one, and so yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. You have to use a thinner wire. So like this is the iConnect wire from Orca, and we take this, make it the run we want, and then soldered new RCAs on it so it tips onto these. So because we had, I just needed twisted wire, so I grabbed a 17 footer, and this is thin enough to go over it. This is some really big stuff we found, but yeah, it's paracord is what it is, though, to answer your question. And it's not fun. I can tell you right now, if you saw the first Focal one we did, the first RCA I built using that, it took me 30 minutes to make the one RCA. So, I suck. Heat shrink color. Yeah, the tips are the tips are, we get the tips are just soldered over, I'm sorry, the tips are just 5/8 or 1/2 inch, 3-to-1, they're 1/2 inch, 3-to-1 shrink wrap from our guys at Wire Care.
Wire Care.
Hey guys, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but Paul said y'all have a Chevy van that just pulled in that needs a radio. Man, you're right. That is bad news.
Probably.
Man,
You're not
yeah, yeah. It sucks. Sucks to be that guy in that van. Yeah. Oh wait, it's not there. Damn. I mean, if he's gonna give us a bonus, I'm sure Fernando would stay. I'm not real keen on it, but then we'd have to not do the show tonight. What fun would that be? Dean ain't got no bass at home. Dean has 212s for bass at home, powered off of a giant home amplifier. So my home system rocks, bro. Like, I'll knock shit off the walls.
The other day, I turned it on, the Veloline,
yeah,
and it's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like...
Yeah. Well, there again, it's all rumble.
Yeah.
It's just low-frequency rumble. He's got a Velodyne. He's cool. So you'll be in Indy all weekend, then vacation, right? Yeah, we'll be in Indy. We leave Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come back Sunday night. We'll be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I leave Thursday, he'll be here Friday, Saturday, and then we're all closed the following week for vacation.
That's right.
Pain in the ass is what that is. Yeah, for sure. Sorry. Can you guys fix a factory harness that is having issues? I'm having to make an appointment. I mean, it really just depends what you need us to fix. Yeah, just
if that's factory,
just depends what we're looking at. But yeah, you'd have to make an appointment.
Yeah.
I used it for my home theater wire. I like the blue. Oh yeah, the blue's nice. There's some really nice colors. It's just, man, what a pain in the ass. Yeah, it was a pain.
Seriously.
Forgot the table saw is on wheels. So we bought a bunch of other stuff too. So like when we did the last, not this one, not this display, but the one we did before this, we bought a bunch of different stuff to do that because it was a contract job. So it was like one of the things you guys always talk about. Dude, that looks like artwork. I'd like to hang it on the wall. And so that's actually what it was. It is. It's artwork. Mm-hmm. It could be hung on the wall, just like this. This is designed to just sit here and look like this. So this is artwork. So, it's just gonna sit here and look pretty. And yeah, we could put some hooks on it, and you can hang it on the wall and just have something that looks really pretty. I'm thinking something like this with some old school amps would look cool on the wall. But
all right, what kind of amps would you have? Like back in the day, like I would do that.
Well, I got the 225 and the 250. I think they're kind of big.
You're an Orion guy.
Yeah, I got the Orions. So I mean, those I could take apart and like, I'd probably want to take those all apart, laser new ends, do a bunch of more modern stuff to them, because they have those big ugly Molexes and power wire that comes through the end. I think it would be cool to take that off, get some red acrylic, make a new end. I don't know. It'd be one of those things where I'd have to think about it, because I'd also think it'd be cool to do some like.
Wait.
It'd be okay. So it'd be really cool, like with the Orions, is so instead of mounting them surface mount like that, okay, have the big amp rack like an F-150 amp rack.
Yeah.
Okay, have the amps back mounted with acrylic, maybe some LEDs.
Yeah.
And then have all the wire, because all the wiring out of the amplifiers is ugly. So then have all the wiring come through
Behind.
holes onto the front side.
Okay.
So the opposite of what you would do. So it would almost be like if you were to look at it from like if you were going to build it in a trunk and you'd see the two heat sinks and then you'd have the holes and the wire would go through the holes and then you'd never see the backside of it. Yeah. But it's all backside. So the amps are clear acrylic. Maybe some, whatever, it's clear. We have all kinds of fun with that.
So you can see it.
But then all the wiring would be on the front, all the new wiring, so you wouldn't see the Molex plugs and the shitty. Right. So all that would be hidden behind it, and then you'd just see the clean wiring. That would be pretty cool.
Right.
I should do that.
Yeah.
Tell me a little about the vacation you're taking. So we're going to spend some time on a boat with a mouse in a cold part of the United States. And that's all I know. So that's what I got. That Moscone display is nice. Where did you get the wire holders from? We make those. That was something we made. We made everything here. It's something we're developing, and we're in the process of developing and seeing. Because everyone wants to buy them. It's cool, and some of it we could probably sell right away. Like when we look at like these things, like these are just risers that are clear acrylic. This is a 1/2 inch. These are 1/4 inch. These on the other hand are a little bit different because of the way they are attached. See, there's a screw in each one of them, and behind each screw is a thermal nutsert. So, like if we sold these, you'd have to have the tool to put in the thermal nutsert. So we're still trying to figure out if that's doable. There again, even this riser here, it's 2 pieces of acrylic, but there's thermal nutserts in here, and then there's one in the bottom that screws it in from the back. But there again, these are just risers. So yeah, we just don't know how we could sell them successfully, so we're trying to figure that out now. I might look into a different type of screw that wouldn't require a thermal nutsert. Hey guys, I finally used the purple blue speaker wire from your wire bin. Oh nice, the kids gave you the 1300 for Dad's Day. What an amp, impressive. Yes. So
that's so cool.
The new software for that amp should be out very soon. I was playing with a beta version of it this week. Beta. It was a beta.
It was a beta.
It was a beta.
Don't expect nothing.
Yeah, it was a beta. So, but some of the cool new features that they did add is they added in my mute feature that I've been asking for. They've also cleaned up a lot of just the nonsense menus that are in it. So it was pretty cool, but unfortunately I also found a flaw in it. So, but they fixed the flaw already, so it's kind of cool. But that's the joy of doing beta research for a company. It's just not always wonderful. Put it in the display window. Heck no. Alpine PDX V9 and Epicenter. Yeah, you could do that. Epicenter before the PDX V9 on the sub channel input. Yeah, go for it. Hi, both. Do you guys own the shop? Just curious. Great work, by the way. So, no. Neither one of us own 5 Star Car Stereo, the retail store. And that's important to denote the retail store. So, I own a company called Smashforce Productions. He's an employee of Smashforce Productions. I don't know what you'd be. Would you be like? Well, you're like.
I'm just here for the Wi-Fi.
You're the sales guy. You're the You're the backup. I mean, the reality is yeah. So we own a production company, and the production company is what brings you this, as well as allows us to work with a lot of the vendors that we work with.
All the social media that you see on
and the trainings that we do, and all the back end stuff that like some of the stuff you guys get to see, some of the stuff we just talk about. That is all done through Smash Force Productions and has nothing to do with 5-Star Car Stereo.
Right.
At the end of the day, he's a client. It's kind of like the hair club for men, you know.
Hair club for men. Okay.
The guy, I own the company and I'm a client, or some silly thing like that. But it's trust me, it's confusing. It's really confusing because
for a lot of
people, even like companies, we'll have companies that we're talking with, and they'll be like, "Well, can you sell it in the retail store?" And we're like, "Whoa, time out. We're not those guys."
For the retail store,
like you got to talk to Paul about that. He's, we don't answer or work for him in this regard. So, it's kind of scary.
It is.
But Paul, the owner of 5-Star, really nice guy.
Yeah.
From Ohio, and his brother owns American Base. He started American Base with his brother and all the other fun stuff. So I have a Honda.
The other day, Mary Lou was like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, where you been?
Way.
Yeah, so sad. I have a Honda, so to fit any decent speakers, I have to cut metal, or do I just do the Morello Virtus Nano Carbon 602s for the rear fill? Do they sound good? I have the Elate Carbon Pro. I mean, if you don't want to cut, hell yeah, totally.
Yeah,
we've done those in that car before, for sure. Yeah, but you could probably fit the regular Elates in there. Do you think you could fit the regular Elates with the tapered basket and Neo Magnet? I think those just fit right in there, don't they? I don't mean Elates. I mean Virtus. The factory Virtus with the small magnet. I think those just fit in there. I mean, you're gonna cut it anyways.
For me, I would cut it just because.
But they could just do the nanos and not have to worry about it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, some of those speakers, they actually fit. Yes.
Yeah, like the Rockford
Make sure to use
T1s fit, the smaller ones, the 6s.
Yep.
Yes, the Disney Alaskan Cruise, Christian. That's what it is. Yep. You won the prize, which is nothing.
That was a prize.
Oh, dude, we gotta go. Hey, listen, we gotta go because we don't have all the equipment set up for the show yet. So make sure to tune in. If 10 minutes, we'll be live, and you guys can ask more questions. Have a lot of fun. See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.